So as we know, this is $199. And I think there should be something special we do for 200, but I'm not sure what. I think we should all be together.
Yeah.
I know that much.
Yeah.
But other than that, I have really nothing.
Well, it's going to be tough because I'm leaving tomorrow for Nashville. You just got back from a cruise. I'm middle of July next week. I'm going to Rushmore for a week. But, I mean, we'll figure it out. We always do.
This podcast isn't like rare, like... We take breaks.
Yeah. I mean, during football season, we're much more regular. But it's this time of year. It's just easy to.
Well, yeah.
There's not, stop the presses. The baseball teams are at 40 wins right now. This is the worst part of the sports season.
These are the dog days.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like once the Nuggets won the title. How was that going up there watching it with Scotty?
Oh, that was so much fun. Yeah. Check out the Hopeless Fan TikTok. You can see our reaction to Scotty's team winning their first championship. Mm-hmm. We were watching it at Pub Outback. You've seen the TikTok, right?
Yeah.
So
best bar ever.
Love that bar.
Yeah. Only because no one's ever there.
Right. And the bartender's so awesome.
Yeah, he's cool.
Yeah. He was like, don't mind me. I'm off these edibles right now. He's like, I'm trying to get out of here early at 10. I was like, the game's not going to be over by then. He's like, well, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, the bartender's like, can you open this cash register for me? It sucked. So we'll get into our vacation review. Zack went to Florida. I kind of went to Florida and then got on a boat. But Kenny and I were really hoping for Game 7 in the NBA Finals because we would have been in Miami the day of Game 7. Yeah. I know it would have been in Denver, but it would have been cool to... we would have drove by the stadium and been like, we probably would have bought Heat gear at that point. But yeah, how you go first? How was Florida?
Oh, it was great. We our anniversary was the week before we left, and I got a surprise sunset boat tour. We went to the boat ramp, and she's like, "What are we doing here?" I was like, "Just shut up and wait for it. You'll see, as you would to your wife on your 5-year anniversary. Right. Shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up.
Just shut up." And we get on the boat. There was the forecast was 14% chance of rain. I was like, oh we're good. We get on the boat. First 20 minutes is just pouring rain. And he takes us up to where these dolphins usually hang out, this little cove. And there's 2 dolphins there, and they're surfacing every 30 seconds.
Playing poker and smoking cigarettes. This is where they usually play.
Yeah. And so he was it was you could see him bob out of the water for air, every few minutes. It was okay, that's kind of cool, I guess. And then he's like, all right, I'm going to take you over to, it shouldn't be raining down there. I'm going to take you over to this other, sandbank where you can look for sand dollars and all this other shit. So we start hightailing it over there. It stops raining. And then the dolphins that were at that cove follow us in our wake, jumping out of the water, doing he was landing on his sides, almost like he was doing tricks. So I was like, okay, this is money well spent for sure. This is pretty awesome. And then we got to watch the sunset out on the water, and very cool, very cool. And then we got couples massages. That was great. Other than that, most of our time there was we had one beach day, and then the other time we spent just going out to dinner. So yeah, I mean, I've been going there since that area of Florida since 2007.
What's the area? I'm sorry,
Bradenton.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, it's just across the Skyway Bridge from St. Pete in the Tampa area. Oh, and we went to a Rays game. Yeah, which was what every baseball stadium should be indoors.
Air conditioned
indoors. Yes. There's no better way to watch a baseball game than in air conditioning.
Which is weird because that stadium and the A stadium were known as trash.
I understand people are upset the ball, you have ground rule double shit comes into play when you hit the ceiling.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit. It feels nice in here and I'm watching baseball. Why can't we all do this? I mean, most of baseball is played in the hottest months of the summer. Mm-hmm. It seemed like a good idea.
Yeah.
But I don't know. People do shit. Yeah, it was funny to see at Red Stadium, Great American. You have the area where the pitchers warm up, the bullpen.
Yeah.
It's on the backside behind left field and right field. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's on the field. That was weird. I was like, what if the guy throws an errant pitch and it ends up interrupting play?
That's like minor league.
Yeah.
Like, most minor leagues are like that.
Yeah, like what are we doing here?
Yeah. Okay, so glad you had fun. Have you been on a cruise before?
No.
It was a lot of ups and downs.
I will never.
Why?
Literally on the waves, ups and downs.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, okay.
You will never go on a cruise?
No.
Why?
I mean, why would I do that? You're in a hotel that could sink and you might die. It's
not gonna sink. Why'd you get on that boat? That boat could have sank.
Yeah, but I can swim I can see the shore.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I can swim to shore.
Yeah. Zack.
A backstroke.
Zack.
I can swim to shore easy.
Well, the cruise was, first of all, a ton of fun. But secondly, like, you have ports. We went to the Dominican Republic, went to the U.S. Virgin Islands, went to the Bahamas.
You would go to the Virgin Islands.
All right.
Named them after you.
That was nice because we went to the U.S. and the British Virgin Islands. In the U.S., your phone works again, so it was nice. Like, I want to be on my phone.
That's so funny.
Yeah. But, like, it is, like, Kenny had a good purchase for us. We both bought this, like, first off, the unlimited drink package. And then, like,
all inclusive. You know what that means.
Top shelf anything. And then we had our own private bar at the top.
Oh, really?
Because the biggest thing with cruise, and that's what my family was saying, was that how crowded everything
Yeah, the lines for everything have got to be crazy.
Not really.
No?
Not like, if you went to, like, the buffet, it can get crowded, like, right at peak lunch, dinner time.
They've got to have, like, a bunch of different places, though. And is everything 24 hours? Like everything's open 24 hours?
That's the worst part of the cruise.
Oh, okay.
Because, like, so to paint a picture, the top deck of the ship, there's a public pool, hot tub, everything, and it is fucking packed all damn day.
Yeah.
So that's why we had a private bar. It's like, if you were in the public area, you couldn't get a seat. You had to get there early if you wanted a seat. We had seats galore up there, a private bar, our own bartenders who were fucking awesome. Ronnie, Ron, and James.
Ronnie, Ron?
Ronnie.
Ron.
Ronnie, Ryan, and James. Sorry.
Ryan, okay.
But
shout out.
But yeah, so our private bar closed at 7 o'clock.
Ew.
Yeah. And even the public areas...
Local time?
Yeah, it was all same time.
Okay.
We never were out of a time zone.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, does the time change? If you go switch time zones, do the closing times change too?
Yeah.
Or are you on, like, Universal Carnival time
when
or whatever?
When you were at the bar at OU and it's like the time change, you got an extra hour at the bar.
Oh, yeah?
That was a thing. But yeah, everything...
That's next level alcoholism.
Everything closes even up, like... The bars below stay open pretty late, like how a normal bar would.
Right.
I think it's mostly like they don't want you on the deck of the cruise ship at 11, 12 at night.
Drunk as fuck. You might go overboard.
Yeah. Because you could, like...
And nobody's going to see you.
If you were drunk...
You're done.
Yeah.
See ya.
If you were... Like, I could see someone black out being, like, just...
You're going to be... Yeah, you might as well be part of Ocean Gate at that point.
But there was a 24-hour restaurant there, which was nice. Oceans. Had good food. And then there's other restaurants where, like... that are all-inclusive, and there's other restaurants that you have to book reservations ahead of time that cost extra, but we had, like... Teppanyaki was a, what am I fucking trying to say? Hibachi grill.
Hibachi grill,
It was so good. New York strip from there. Oh my god, it was amazing. But,
hibachi grill, a lot of people would recognize that as like a Blackstone, like a flat, a griddle almost.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you ever cooked a steak on a hibachi style grill or Blackstone or whatever or a griddle kind. It has its own kind of flavor profile to it. It's pretty interesting.
It was so good. We were trying to get back there, but you couldn't book any reservations. But what we did regret was not doing a lot of the excursions when we do stop at a port. So, like, we did one where we had a private beach in the Dominican Republic. It was nice, but you were just, like, laying on the beach, and it was like, it's nice, but then you have a bunch of locals there trying to, like, pay you to foot massage or braid your hair or selling you, like, beach necklaces.
Poor people trying to make a living. Yeah, that could be annoying.
I know, it is annoying when I'm all in my all expenses trip. But then, like...
I said, are these pours part of the all-inclusive, or did I have to out of... I thought you said this was all-inclusive, but here I am.
Also had unlimited Starbucks on the trip, which was...
That elite.
Was so elite. I went down there so many times. But then, like... So, like, my cousin Mark, they did a scuba thing where, like, he said they were scubaing. He saw a barracuda right below him.
Oh, wow.
And he told, like, he told the instructor, and the instructor just, like... Let's, like, move away slowly.
Oh, yeah.
Type deal, because, like, that thing will
dice you up.
Shit. Yeah. And then he said he was snorkeling, and the tour guide was like, very famous person's island. He's like, not famous anymore.
Epstein?
Yeah.
It was his... You saw Epstein's Island?
I didn't. My cousin. That's what I'm saying. I kind of regret not doing that snorkeling trip because they were like, that's Epstein's Island. And my cousin Mark was like, what? No shit. Like, my key card still works there. But yeah, the worst part, we drove to Miami. Terrible. And then so Sunday,
that's even worse than driving to Bradenton. That's an extra 3 hours.
Yeah. So Sunday, we're supposed to get into Miami. This was a couple days ago. Sunday.
Did you stop on the way or all the way through?
No, we stopped. Okay. No, not like a hotel or anything. We like stopped for gas and shit.
Right. You didn't stop to sleep.
No.
Oh wow.
I had to sleep. I had no. We got to the hotel in Miami.
Did your dad do all the driving?
No, he didn't do any of the driving.
Who did all the driving?
My cousin Mark and Kenny.
Oh, okay.
But
I know Kenny was hauling ass.
Probably, yeah. I was like designated like co-pilot to keep everyone awake, and I was like,
why do you have to keep everybody awake?
Like,
why can't they sleep?
No, like the driver. Sorry.
Oh, the driver.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, why can't they sleep?
Yeah,
which sucked.
Mom, wake the fuck up.
So I was like,
why?
I would like to. I was like, I'd like to sleep too, and then like. When I wasn't driving, my phone was still hooked up to the GPS, and like if I got a text, it would show up on this. Not the it would just say the name of the person.
Yeah.
But I'm also like, I'd love to like put my headphones in and watch TikToks or listen to something.
Yeah.
Like whatever. So Sunday we're supposed to dock in Miami at 7 a.m, end of the cruise, and
Oh, this is end of the cruise.
End of the cruise.
Gotcha.
Sunday we're coming into Miami, supposed to dock at 7, get out, get the car, and hopefully leave Miami around 9-10. And then I wake up around 7, and Kenny's already up. He's on the balcony. He's like, there was a wreck. A car ferry had hit like a small boat at 3:30 in the morning.
Damn. In
the Miami port, killed a person. They were search and rescuing for another person. The Coast Guard was like investigating on all this.
What a buzzkill.
So we didn't dock until like 5 o'clock.
Oh, God.
So you just... it wasn't bad for us because we drove and there's a bunch of people being like, I have a flight for 2 o'clock. And that are going through hell right now. So it wasn't that bad. But basically lost a day just floating in Miami. And then it really was a tease because like around 3 or 4, people in the restaurants were like... Because they weren't open. They were like, we're about to open at 4 o'clock. Come down. Like, you guys are just going to... Like, everyone basically signaling like, you're going to have to stay another night. And then like... A half an hour later, they're like, "Yeah, we're going into Miami. Like, you're getting off." I mean, it would suck more because there was people waiting for the cruise after us, so that has to suck. But overall, I really liked it.
What was the toilet situation like? Okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Fine. No issues. Shower, water pressure, and heat. Okay.
Great.
Amenity. Okay.
Yeah.
Beds were nice.
Beds were nice. Shower was one of those weird. It was like you go to a friend's house and shower. It's like how the fuck. Figured it out.
But there's not like a time limit on shower.
No,
like they don't cut you off. Okay.
No. The worst part for me was like with the with our drink package we had unlimited Wi-Fi, but the Wi-Fi
terrible.
It'd be fine if like I obviously couldn't text, but like I could
could
DM with you guys. But like if there was a video of like Ellie De La Cruz's cycle,
nope,
no chance.
Yeah,
no chance. Like just a 30-second.
Yeah, you've got like 100 kbps down. Like you're rocking kilobytes at that point.
And it's like if you're a parent with a young kid who wants to like stream cartoons, no chance. But like if you want to Facebook Messenger someone or Twitter, it was fine. But so
they have like TVs in there and stuff
in our rooms, yeah.
What?
At the bars too.
No, but like in the rooms and stuff, like the kids want to watch something on TV. They
TVs.
have
TVs with like 40 channels or something.
Oh, they have channels and stuff. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
the satellite TV probably.
Yeah, well, that came in handy Sunday when like we're just bobbing outside, which really sucked because they were like.
Did they have any baseball games on while you were there?
All
Marlins?
Rugby, dude.
Really?
All rugby
That's
on the
weird.
sports channel.
That's
I don't know.
Weird.
But like
they didn't have like Marlins games or anything on.
No,
that's interesting.
We're bobbing outside of Miami with no timetable in sight, and the cruise director's like. If you're on the right side of the ship, port side of the ship, your phone might be close enough to Miami to work. And it was. But if you're on the left side of the ship, starboard side...
No, starboard's right, port's left.
Okay, either way.
Yeah.
If you're on the left side, where our rooms were, like, your phone wasn't working. So, like,
that's interesting.
I was that close to being like...
Could you walk over to the other side of the ship?
Right, but, like, I'd have to be outside.
Yeah.
And I was like, I wanted to just lay in bed and watch TikToks till we fucking left. Because I was already packed.
Right.
And I couldn't.
Yeah.
But we were just like, you could see the fucking Miami coastline. And you're like, oh. Like, I'd love to just zone the fuck out.
Yeah, this is what it's like to be a Cuban trying to escape communism. Like, oh man, there's my freedom's right there, 90 miles away.
Yeah, some people have had it worse than me.
Yeah. I mean,
I think the highlight.
You get the gist, though.
Right.
You
highlight
understand.
of the trip, I think, was we had one of the premium reservations set up at Cagney's Steakhouse on board. Looked really good.
Did they also have a Lacey's Steakhouse?
No.
Oh.
Good. I like where your head's at. But Kenny and I, our reservation wasn't until 9 o'clock, and Kenny and I were at our private bar. Closed it down basically. I closed it down. Kenny left at like 6:30. I closed it down and was blackout.
Oh God!
And I went back. I was blacked out. I don't remember getting into bed. Nothing.
This is the last night?
No. This is like Thursday night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was Thursday night, and then I just woke up and I was like, "Fuck! We missed our reservation." I was like, "I missed our reservation," and I was like, "Kenny, how was the steak restaurant?" And he was like, "I didn't go." He was like, he was sleeping the whole time too. Kenny was
bad hangover.
Oh yeah.
Oh God.
Kenny, which is bad. But
yeah.
Kenny was making a joke. He was joking to his family that he pooped the bed, even though he didn't. But he said, like, "I'll never sail with Norwegian again. Someone broke in here, took off my pants, pooped them, and put them back on me. I will never come back here."
Imagine leaving that 1-star review in like Google reviews.
Yeah. Okay. What did we miss? Titanic stuff would have been a good...
I know. That's why I was bummed we didn't have time to talk about that. And it's it's played out by now.
Right.
Russian Civil War, that would have been nice to talk about. But in sports, the Reds, man, holy shit.
That was so fun. That was fun to follow along with because we got to Miami before the cruise. It was like, oh, they're down by 2 to the Astros, 7th inning. Then forget about it for a minute. Go back. They're in extras. They won 9-7. I watched none of the games.
Yeah, I was there for win number 10 or 11. And then they were losing to the Rockies. Yeah, they were losing to the Rockies.
The streak alive.
Right, they were losing to the Rockies, and I was there with my niece. My niece was for her birthday. I brought my nephew because his birthday's in July, and it was also on my actual birthday, the 21st. And it was hot as fuck, and I thought we were going to be good because it said it was going to be overcast all day. Not a cloud in sight. It was hot as shit. I didn't put on any sunscreen because I didn't think I'd need to.
You personally kept the streak alive by leaving early, and then you ended the streak
by staying by
going with Scotty
and staying for that whole game. But to see a packed crowd for that Rockies game and then see a sellout crowd for that Braves game was...
You get hit pretty hard with ticket? How much were your tickets?
I don't know. Scotty didn't tell me. Okay. He just asked me for $50, which I know they were way more than that. And his dad didn't go, so he had an extra ticket that he was trying to sell the whole time that he couldn't. So he...
How was he trying to sell it?
Just online.
Oh, okay.
He wasn't outside like, "Hey, got extra tickets. Hey, anybody need an extra ticket?"
Hey,
he's not scalping.
I have an extra ticket. Just give me double.
Yeah, he's like
I can pay for my ticket if I just get double.
It's the fucking second inning, and he's sitting there like, I keep lowering the price, nobody's buying it. It's like, oh my God, dude, it's the second inning right now.
Yeah,
nobody's gonna buy your fucking ticket.
He's lowering it by $1.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's lowballing it.
I know they weren't cheap, but I would assume he just maybe paid for it. I would imagine around $100 or something because they were shit seats. But I'm not
gonna look that bad.
I mean, we're all the way up in the nosebleeds. So
really,
yeah, in the 500s. For the Rockies game, I was on first base line.
Yeah,
20 seats up.
No, it's cool. I'm looking forward to getting down there and seeing it packed. I mean, sucked the streak ended, then they lost 3 straight, but they did win last night.
Yeah, I mean they were playing. I mean, the streak happened against some pretty shitty teams, and then
sweeping the Astros in Houston.
Yeah, I guess so.
I get the Rockies are trash.
Yeah, the Rockies are was it the Blue Jays? I think.
No.
Or was it the Royals? Sorry, the Royals suck.
The Royals suck. They won 2 against the Cardinals. They're not great.
Yeah, and then you can run into the Braves. You went 1 for 1 and 2 against the Braves. That's not bad. I mean
they you could have very well won 2 of 3 or even swept both ways. All 3 games are decided by a run.
So to have 3 games decided by 3 runs is impressive. And it was very evident that the thing that sets to get out of the fandom and into the sports analysis of it is the Reds would have 50 wins, 50 plus wins right now if they had good pitching.
Right. Yeah, starting pitching to be exact.
Right.
And just everyone's hurt.
Yeah.
And they're just calling up newbie after newbie after newbie.
To see if somebody has a spark, they can give them a spark. But their pitching is fucking terrible.
Yeah, except Andrew Abbott, who dealt last night. But,
some might say shoved.
Shoved.
And you saw your old pal at a game we were at, the old Reds closer.
Raisel Iglesias.
Yeah, Iglesias came in and he gave up back.
Man,
he gave up back. I was like, oh, what a story! This is going to be incredible. And then I was like, 2 runs, and then India's up to tie or at least get on base, and then who's up after him?
I know.
This is textbook, and then India just shits the bed. He literally took a shit on the home plate.
It was so frustrating getting updates for those 2 games they lost against the Braves because Saturday I just got your DM came in like Raisel Iglesias is our inside man, and then and I'm like, what the fuck's happening?
And the home runs, I was like, these Reds.
You're like, these Reds. I'm like, oh god. And then the next day,
and then I was like, damn.
The next day we're leaving the ship, and I'm like frustratingly scrolling to get updates, and it's like they're down 7-6 in the last inning, 7-4, then it's 7-6. In the 9th inning, they have runners at the corners, 1 out, and I'm like, scroll. Yeah. And then the game disappears. I'm like, oh, it's over. Maybe they hit a walk-off. Scroll down. It's like game-ending double play, and they lose 7-6. Oh, well. All right. My stand was the being back home after traveling so much, but I mentioned that I'm into golf now.
Like watching it or playing it?
Playing it.
Okay. I saw your Venmos. I'm like, this guy's golfing a lot.
I am golfing a lot. This is the only thing. Yeah, I love it.
Shelby's be golfing.
I'm terrible. Like I'm so fucking.
What's your handicap? Like 86?
That's light. That's light. It's like I love it so much though because like I know you would hate it.
Oh, I've golfed before.
Okay.
I hate it. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But I
only figured you'd hate it.
I did 8 holes.
Okay.
On a small course. Yeah.
Sure wasn't 9?
Or, yeah, whatever it is. Okay. Whatever the half is.
Okay. A par 3.
It felt like 18 holes.
I figured you did.
Yeah, it was par 3. Yeah. It was not a huge course.
Right. But the thing is, it's like
I can drive.
Yeah.
I just can't. My middle and short game, whatever you call your. I know my short game.
I'm the same way.
I've always been bad at putt.
Yeah.
And then
I'm the exact same way. But yeah, I'm fucking obsessed with it.
I can hit for power.
I'm so bad. But like when you're golfing, it's like you hit so many shitty shots. You're like, I hate this fucking thing. And then you hit one good one. You're like, let's book it again tomorrow.
Yep.
So
I'll be Augusta, here I come.
U.S. Amateur Championship. I'm bringing it home to Cincy. All right, what's your stand?
My stand is gaming insurance.
Gaming insurance?
Gaming insurance,
okay.
Like gaming the system with insurance.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, not gaming insurance.
Say, like,
I got carpal tunnel. I got carpal tunnel.
You're like, oh yeah, it's covered. I was so confused. I thought you were like insured your Xbox or something. I was like, yeah, makes sense. Let things spill.
Yep. So when we bought Molly, shut the fuck up. Quiet. When we bought the house, in 2020, we knew that we were going to have to replace the roof in a few years because it had been some time.
But at the point you bought the house and you realized they got like future us.
Yeah, future us problem. I mean, I'll have a job and she'll be working and we'll be making bank. Cut to 3 years later. Not the case.
You got an interview.
Yeah, I did. Which we can get to in a minute. The roof needed to be replaced within the next 2 years. And then we're at 3 years. It's well past the point where it needs to be replaced. And we were getting, you've never lived in like a neighborhood like this before, other than when you lived here. Yeah, no. Other than when you lived here with us for a few months. But they like the roofing companies. So many of them will just walk through here and ring your fucking doorbell if it looks like you need a new roof.
Oh, that is
so
brutal.
I know. So we would get it constantly.
Hey, your roof looks like shit.
Yeah. What? And so finally I had these people that were they came like one day they came twice. It was the same people because they're wearing these light blue shirts. Nice. And then they came back the next day, and I was about to open the door and be like, oh, whoops. This is what I said. I was going to open the door. I was like, I was going to wait for him to put the thing on the door, and then I was going to open it and be like, oh, whoops, you accidentally left this here. Please take this and never come back. But I opened the door, and I was like, well, let me see if, like, he thinks that insurance will cover this. Because I would say, like, if it's been so long since the roof has been replaced, it's like, oh, it just needs to be replaced. And the only reason insurance will replace your roof is if, there's been some sort of, wind or hail damage. Yeah. So I was like, opened the door, and I was like, started talking to him, and he was like, when was the last time when was this roof put in? And I knew it had been like 13 years, but I was like, I'm not going to say that. I'm just going to say, I don't know. I bought the house in 2020. So I don't know. The inspector said it's going to need to be changed in a couple years, but that's all I know. And he was like, okay, who's your insurance? And I was like, State Farm. And he was like, oh boy, okay. They can be kind of finicky with roof replacements. And I was like, well, I tell you what, if you want to get up on the roof, check it out, and you want to deal with my insurance, if they'll 100% cover it, then you can have the business, because all I have to pay is an $1,100 deductible, and I can replace a whole roof instead of paying $12,000 or more to have my roof and garage and shed replaced. So he's like, all right. So he went up there and he was like, yeah, I see wind damage on, all three structures. So we'll file a claim together right now. Insurance will schedule somebody to come out. They'll look, they'll make their own assessment, and we'll go from there. I was like, okay, cool. Like I said, if it's covered, you can have my business, but if I have to pay for anything out of pocket, I'm going to shop around. Like, I'm not going to go with you guys if that's not necessarily, like, if somebody has a better price, then I'm going to go with them. So they come back yesterday, finally, and he gets up there, he's on all the roofs, and he's like, yeah, I'm going to make my recommendation. I see evidence of hail damage and wind damage. So, it should be covered. That'll be my recommendation, and then the State Farm will make the final decision. I was like, okay. And then we got the confirmation today that they're going to replace all three.
Nice.
And all I have to pay is $1,100 for all three, which would cost me like $15,000 to do all three. Which is so.
Do you feel old, like being really happy about having your roof replaced? That seems
but it's mostly the amount of money that I'm going to be saving. Yeah. Because if it was like an aesthetic thing, I would let it go forever, but eventually it's going to start leaking and stuff, and I can't have that. Fit. Yeah. So
I was like my older relatives are like, I went out to a restaurant, I got out of there at $24. Like, he got out of Vietnam for like $12 less than what he thought he was going. I got out of there at $24.81.
Wow.
And didn't tip.
Because, I had a Vietnamese waiter. I'm going to go right into my bunk, which is neighbors next door.
Your family?
Yeah, Jenna's cousin. They're, as I'm sure you saw, they're having their driveway redone.
I saw some funkiness out here.
Yeah, they're tearing up the old concrete and laying new concrete, and they start at 9:30 in the morning. Jackhammering. Not great for vacation, for summer Zack. I know. Well, and even my wife works second shift too, so she likes to sleep until 11 or noon because she doesn't get home until after midnight, and some nights not until 3 a.m.
Yeah.
If she's got the later shift. So, I can go to bed whenever I want, but them freaking jackhammering. 20 feet from where we sleep has been rough past. It was not so bad yesterday because I had to get up early for my interview. But yeah, so that's been a bit of a bunk. They tore up part of my grass that they're going to have to reseed. They had to do that to level out. I don't know, some shit about that. I was like, well, as long as it's reseeded and it grows back, if not, we're gonna have a problem. But I trust. It's nice that it's my cousins and not some rando stranger, right? Yeah. We'd be at
not your bitch neighbor over here.
I know, right?
God.
It's not Labor Day dinner's gonna be awkward because they fucked up my grass. But yeah, and then another side bunk. Job interview went really well.
That's what my next point was.
Job interview went really well. West Claremont.
Nice.
Yep.
Good school.
Yep. The largest middle school in the state.
Enormous.
Is what I've heard. Which is interesting because it's Batavia, and that's like
brand new though.
Yeah.
And they merged 2 schools to do it.
Yeah, that's true. The high school, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the middle school.
Right.
Go Wolves. So they have the Timberwolves color scheme in font. I thought that was pretty funny.
Blue and gray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know what it is about middle schools, dude. None of them have air conditioning for some reason. Maybe it's like not a bunch of people are there, so like we don't need to run. I know. So I'm sitting there during the interview. I feel like I'm crushing it, but I'm like sweating like a preacher right now, man. Like,
good one.
Yeah, I'm, and like it's kind of taking me out of it, right? So I'm starting to think more about how it looks. I'm sweating and less about what I'm talking about.
And it's mostly in your head, like they are wondering in their minds why.
Why is this guy on coke or something right now? It's like, no, I'm just fat.
My bunk was I got back from work and it's the whole like 300 something emails.
Oh my god! Yeah,
only 5 of them are important.
You want to know how many Jenna had when she got back?
How many?
1,100.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think mine was like 394. Only like 5 of them were important.
Right.
But then I did forget before I left for vacation. Our company sent out like you have to do these 2 like work ethics trainings videos that are like each an hour long, and they're due on the 29th. And I was like, I'm not gonna do that before vacation. That'll be a Shelby thing when I get back. So I had to deal with that, and it's so stupid, but they're so long. They're like they each took like an hour.
And you can't jump through them. You
can't jump through them. You have to watch the video. And then you have assessments after each section. You have to get an 80% on, or you have to restart it over. Yep. And the questions are so stupid. It's like, Jack and Jim are candidates for a promotion. Their boss Lisa is hiring one of them. Jack and Lisa are fucking on your desk and spitting on you, saying you'll never get the promotion. Is this a conflict of interest? Like, yes. And they're like, you did it. Good job.
And like, meanwhile, in your head, you're like, does this actually happen? Because this would be kind of cool if somebody was fucking on my desk.
That was one of the guys that was like, can you help Daniel with his dilemma? And then it cuts to Daniel, and he's like, one of the suppliers that I'm like interviewing is like said they'll fly me first class to this major sporting event and put me up at a 5-star hotel with Michelin star room service, all for free. Should I say anything? And all the answers are like, the wrong answers are really funny.
Yeah.
Just, like the wrong answers will be like, no, don't say anything. Maybe they won't find out. It's like, if this was fun, this could be really funny.
Yeah.
All right, Stardom Situm. Stardom, the city of Cincinnati, this weekend. Mostly because the sports teams are good, but also Taylor Swift is this weekend. And basically everyone's like, stay the fuck out of Cincinnati unless you want to die.
Yeah, because there's like, at every Taylor Swift concert, people who can't get tickets
20,000 estimated.
Will just go and sit outside.
Lame.
Like, are you, like, this, they're acting like it's the second coming of Jesus Christ.
I know.
I don't get it.
Me neither. I could watch the entire concert from the Enquirer if I wanted to.
Is there any maybe you can go trolling around the street if you weren't dating, you can go trolling around the streets, but if you want to view the concert from up there, you can come up there, blow me in my office, and then
I act like I have an office. Is this your office? Like, no, this is conference room 7. Get out.
But I'm like, I'm trying to think, like, is there anything that you would do? I mean, if the Bengals, like, Cincinnati got to host the Super Bowl and then wouldn't, but if they did, and then the Bengals were in that Super Bowl, that would you be that level? You wouldn't want to be anywhere near the city, right? You would want to be at home watching it. Like, what would make you go stand out in the streets and try and?
That's what I was wondering. Yeah, that's your question.
Nothing, right?
No,
not even that scenario.
I don't know of a, like, it would have to be like Elvis came back to life and I couldn't get a ticket. I was barred from the stadium. Like, I'd maybe stand outside. Maybe. I don't know what else, like, would justify it.
There's no way you could get me down there unless you paid me a large sum of money.
Oh, hell no. And, like, the people, like, in my cruise group, my cousins have pit tickets to this thing Saturday. And
were they mortgaged their house for that?
They're doing fine.
Oh, is this the chicken people?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, they jacked up the egg prices just so they could get these tickets.
But they had...
Which came first, the chicken or the inflated egg price? Reaching.
You want to cut that? But they did the whole Ticketmaster, they got through and got 3 pit tickets for $1,000
for list price
for $1,000 a piece. Yeah, for list price.
Wow.
And well, she basically prefaced it.
They beat the robots.
My cousin was my cousin's 15. And it's like, this is your birthday. Her birthday's Valentine's Day. This is your Christmas and birthday present coming up. But then on the drive home...
Oh, they could make so much money.
On the drive home, I told him, I'm like, these tickets are going for $7,000.
Yeah, sell them and put it towards your college fund. You idiot. Well, I think I pay for a college, but...
Sell them and get shittier seats for... pay $1,000, $2,000 for shitty seats. Sell them. You make money from being first in line for these Taylor Swift tickets.
Yeah.
But no, there's nothing and it's and my price if I got tickets to something where you could sell this for 5 times the amount you bought them, I would sell.
Yeah.
I was like,
absolutely.
There's not maybe if I got Bengals Super Bowl tickets, it would take a large price.
Well, that's what I was telling my dad when UD was going on that fucking run when they were really good.
Yeah.
Scotty's calling me. I'm gonna answer this.
On the live?
Scotty, you are live on the Hopeless Fan Podcast. What can I do for you, sir?
Oh, you guys have already started?
Yeah.
Oh, you guys didn't even make me aware.
Well, we didn't think you were going to be able to record, so Shelby wanted to knock it out early.
What if I was able to?
Oh, well, then you should have told us that you were able.
I was calling because I was going to see if you guys were starting around, I don't know, in the next hour or something. I was going to hop on for a little bit, but I guess I'm already on now.
Yeah, you are. Yeah. You want to talk about the Nuggets real quick? We haven't really gone into that too deep.
Yeah, the Nuggets, they're dope. They won the shit, and I'm fucking happy.
Yeah.
Anything can happen. Jared Stidham could beat out Russell Wilson in training camp, and I literally wouldn't care.
Did you get any merch yet?
He got a hat for his dog.
Oh.
No, I got it. I mean, it's for me.
Oh, okay.
My human got me a cap.
And, fuck you.
I missed this.
You know I deleted the fucking post of my car because you called me a girl?
What?
Yeah. Remember when he was like, I got a new car, I'm a big boy purchase.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's why Kenny asked me when we were on vacation, asked me what kind of car you got. I was like, I think he posted it and I couldn't find it. I was like, he deletes his shit sometimes.
Right, fucking asshole.
Made a big boy purchase today.
That's rich.
Yeah, so I deleted it because I felt self-conscious. You know what? This wasn't feed worthy.
Yeah.
This is not grid worthy. It's a story post.
The only reason he got a Ford was because you got one and his is a year newer, and he had to get the Bronco because he's a Broncos fan, or because he wants to murder his wife and a waiter. But either way, be original.
That part was funny. Yeah, it was I got it because it's a year newer than Shelby's. That was funny. But then when I saw the post, I was like,
Shelby, do you remember in December that I was like, yeah, what year is this? And you're like, 2020, and I was like, okay, sick. I just have to keep that in mind when I buy my car. You're like, I bet that's what you're going to fucking do. And I was like, not only did I get a Ford, I got a newer Ford and a bigger car. So, fuck you. I win. Because size obviously matters in this case, unless we're talking about... It doesn't matter in other places. But when it comes to cars.
What was your interest rate?
I don't fucking know.
You don't know?
Not bad.
I know what his is. I know what his is. I'm just saying who got the better interest rate.
Oh, yeah, Shelby, tell us yours.
I have no idea what it is.
Yeah, Shelby doesn't know.
I don't fucking know.
Shelby's gonna be like a 67% interest rate.
You know how fast I got out of that
Can I just have the car, please?
You know how thrilling it was to sign those papers and not read them? I just know I'm close to paying it off.
There you go.
Like saved up in a mattress. Saved his money up in a mattress. It just came in with an envelope to pay off 75% of the car.
Yeah.
Like, homie, you've been saving this?
He had to take the mothballs out of his money.
You can't hurt me. I don't have an Instagram post to delete.
God damn it.
Anything else
I'm
on?
gonna take a picture of your car and post it on my feed.
Okay. Anything else on the Nuggets?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this was all about the Nuggets.
Yeah.
I don't know. No, nothing else. I mean, it's kind of like I got the Nuggets won and I got fucking deathly sick that I'm still kind of getting over.
Damn.
So I paid for it.
Championship COVID.
For sure.
Yeah.
Worth it.
Yeah, I probably just had too much like milk.
Yeah. Cheese hurt my tummy.
That's good. That's good. Okay.
Hey, Zach, so you're going to Nashville?
Tomorrow, yeah.
Hey,
wish they had a baseball team.
The next time we record, I have a game to play.
Okay. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you the parameters of the game right now.
Yeah. Okay. I'll be back next week, so.
Yeah. So the parameters of the game, I saw it on TikTok, so we're just gonna steal people. So,
Love that.
I mean, why change what we've been doing so far?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna show you the draft board for the year like 2020.
Okay.
The NFL draft board, and then each of you are gonna turn. You can pick from anywhere on the board, but you have to tell us what person got drafted there, and the first person to have 3 strikes loses.
Okay.
I've seen these on TikTok. They're hard as shit.
They are.
Because you're just like, oh, I remember that, but then you're like, who'd they draft?
Yeah.
You show me the team, and I have to say, oh, who.
Right, like
who
you
they
have
picked.
like you have literally the number
and the number that they drafted, but you can tell who got drafted.
Yeah,
what player they took.
You have the number 1 through 32 on it with the team's logo next to it. You're
Okay.
like, who's that? Like the top first 5 picks, you usually are like, I remember this. Then you get in the teens, you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like it's insane, but it's a good game.
20. Yeah. If we pick 2020, that's basement draft. That's we were.
Burrow.
Yeah.
Burrow Herbs.
We were at his apartment
Scotty's
for that,
old
right?
apartment,
Yeah. I'm just trying to contextualize. Like, I have to remember the setting, and then I think about Okay. No, that's a great idea. That you came up with.
We're doing it. I came up with it. It's original. Everyone, I see TikTok that have just stolen it.
Yeah, they preemptively.
One podcast post, and then everyone just fucking takes it.
Yep. All right. Cool. Anything else before we go?
Did you unmute yourself when you said the N-word and the F-word, homophobic F-word?
Okay.
Like that?
Now I have to. Now I've got to cut this out. Thanks a lot. All right, I'm gonna hang up on you now.
Okay, bye.
I love you. Bye.
And now, thanks to Scotty for calling in.
Yeah.
One of our first call-in guest in a while.
Yeah.
See how he sounds.
Can't even get Nathan in here.
I know. Let's get a Reddit life advice. This is pretty fresh. It's 3 hours ago. We're going to give them advice.
Okay.
What if they listen? Am I overreacting to my crush not saying thank you to me? I, 27-year-old male, have this crush on a coworker, 24-year-old female, and I'm pretty sure that the feelings are mutual. But the frustrating thing about this girl is that she's very shy and introverted, to the point where it comes off as being cold and uninterested. For example, today at work I was moving this flatbed of heavy material and I was walking down a narrow walkway. My crush was approaching me from the other end and I saw the walkway was too narrow for us to both fit down simultaneously. So I moved to the side and let my crush go first as she walked my direction. She just walked right by without a word of thanks or even a simple excuse me. I won't go as far as to say that I felt totally ignored though, as she did make brief eye contact with me as she walked by. I still just feel really frustrated with this girl and her behavior. Sometimes she comes across as really outgoing and friendly towards me. Just last week, she asked me to help her with a harmless prank on one of her supervisors, and there are other times when she engages in conversation well, but then there'll be times when she doesn't seem to engage as well, and she just keeps coming off as cold and emotionally distant. Am I still feeling some anxiety about the incident at work today? I'm worried that she really was ignoring me and that she doesn't like me anymore. What do I make of this?
Today, on making a mountain out of a molehill.
No shit.
Yeah.
Let's just say,
how dare you have, changing moods, you piece of shit bitch. You should be at my beck and call every single day, acting exactly the way I want you to. Dude, just Shut the fuck up. You're 27.
I laughed at this where the one was like, but the frustrating about this girl is she's very shy and introverted to the point where it comes off as her being cold and uninterested. Like, no way she's not interested in me. We want to break on our boss. Like, dude, let it go.
Yeah, a human woman said words to me, and now I'm worried she's not interested.
And I've already put down the ring deposit. What should I
do? These people are unhinged. Dude.
Yeah.
This is what happens with like people. There's too much advice that's out there.
Yes.
So people, anytime they have any kind of adversity in their life or hurdles or things that make them even feel uncomfortable in any way, they immediately go, instead of looking inward and being like trying to find a way to resolve it using your own wits and gifts and whatever, they immediately go to the internet and be like, solve this problem for me, please. Yeah. Or tell me that I'm not in the wrong so I can feel better.
Right, I was going to say, like, the best advice for this guy is what we just did. But there will be, you get enough comments, there will be one that's like, you know...
She is a bitch.
That, or just be like, go get her a bunch of gifts and surprise her at work. Like, find her favorite coffee, or find her favorite food.
Her hog tire and throw in your trunk.
Yeah, bang her. No, yeah, you're right. There's just... This may have been a bad one to pick, because... after
Show her your dick at work.
Yeah. I didn't read it beforehand, and I just saw it was new from 3 hours ago, but this guy just sounds like the biggest fucking...
Do we have any other ones, or is that it? Can we get one more?
Yeah, I can try to find
one for the road. Yeah. Since that guy was such a soy boy beta cuck.
Do you want to do career advice?
Yeah, let's do career advice. Yeah.
Okay. 15-year-old contemplating on what to do?
Yeah.
I put countless hours into researching... This was just a short one, so I read it.
15-year-old?
I put countless hours into researching what I want to become in life, and I still haven't found a fit yet. This is just stressful. Any advice on how to find my future career or get over this? I have no sense of direction. You're 15.
Yeah,
I
know.
You can't drive a car.
Yeah. I mean, it's never too early just to like start thinking about what you want to do in life, but to be at 15 and be like, when I was 15, I had I worked 4 hours a week at McDonald's every Saturday for 3 months.
You did?
That
sucks.
I know. A Saturday 4-hour shifts at McDonald's every Saturday for 3 months, and then I quit because it was McDonald's.
Yeah.
And I'm 15, and I'd rather be playing video games and whacking my ween.
Yeah.
And I can't do that at McDonald's legally.
He's like,
what kind of life do you have if you're 15 trying to figure out what you want to do? That's like...
Right, like, is your parents, like, wanting you to help out with the grocery money?
Yeah.
Like...
Maybe you're living below the poverty line. You literally have to get a job to help your family.
It doesn't help that I don't know how to search Reddit. Like, Reddit confuses the shit out of me. Don't put your drink down like you're going to take over big bad man that needs to solve a damsel in distress's problems.
All right. Can I put my drink down?
All right, I got one.
All right.
Relationship advice again. I, 21-year-old male, told the wrong thing to my girlfriend, 25-year-old female.
Ooh.
And I don't know how to say things like cougar. Hello! But it has an exclamation point.
Did it also say it like a fairy? Oh, come on.
I know.
There are worse F words you could say than fairy.
A little bit of background first. I left one of my exes to pursue someone else and regretted it badly. I left someone that I loved more than the girl I chased. Now with my new partner of 5 months, I'm very happy and everything was going fine until I met someone at work. She gave me the butterflies, but they very, very quickly wore off. And yet, it terrified me. When something worries, I usually talk to someone before taking a first step fixing it. I told my girlfriend without really explaining everything, which was stupid on my part, and it hurt her. I told her the context behind this today, but I know I've made a deep wound. I'm terrified of losing her and don't know how to fix this. We're seeing each other Friday to talk about it.
Oh, no.
But I don't know what to say besides what I already did. How do I prove to her that I want her and only her?
I think his first mistake is this guy might be confusing, getting turned on with butterflies.
He's also 21.
Right. You're 21. So this is at the point where you will fuck anything, hopefully consensually, with a pulse. So I think that, that's the first mistake's right there. Second mistake is telling on yourself. In a way like just saying it without thinking about
it's like,
what you're saying.
He went to work and was like, "Oh, I got butterflies for this girl." Lasts a few days, it ends, and then he's like feeling guilty. So he's like, "Babe, I felt butterflies for this girl." This seems weird to say.
Yeah, why would you tell on yourself like that? Are you trying to subconsciously blow up your relationship?
That's what it feels like.
Yeah. Alternatively, because I've been in a situation before where I've said something that in my mind, like, I feel like if somebody said this to me, I wouldn't get upset. So it's okay to just say it.
Yeah, that doesn't work.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that wouldn't upset me.
Yeah.
That upset people in the past.
Right. And I still do that to this day in my marriage. I've been with the same woman for 12 years, and I still do it. Hey, now.
Spray me with the bottle.
She pays the bills. And she's great. And she's great.
And she's great.
Snaps for queen.
Snaps for queen.
So, yeah, I can see that, but you might be overthinking it too. Now, I don't know if, like, I think you just have to say, look, obviously, like, when I told you, I was in my mind, I was like, well, I know that I want to be with you and I don't have, like, legit feelings for this other person. I'm just, like, was trying to let you know that, you know, this was me, like, growing as a person. You have to, like, frame it like that, like personal growth.
You should gaslight her.
I recognized that I had these feelings that made me uncomfortable, and it took me a while, but I worked through them, and I felt like sharing that with you was something that's important, because it's important for me to share who I am as a person with you. And I thought that it'd be a nice moment of, it's almost like saying, like, I could have fucked this chick, but I didn't, but in, like, a more mature and sophisticated way that doesn't sound so sleazy.
I like Zach's line of, I'm sorry this made you upset.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that what I said upset you.
I'm the fucking king of that. Like, I'm sorry you got upset by that. I didn't mean for you to be such a bitch.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, we're the good show, man.
Around 50?
Yeah, we are. The boys are back in town. And we'll be back with hopefully another episode next week.
Real quick,
Nashville recap, and then a look ahead to things to come. And
real
our
quick
next
on the
episode.
cruise. So that private bar we had, it was also a quiet area.
No kids, right? Is that what that means?
Yeah, you had to be 21 to get.
Okay.
Yeah.
But a quiet area, like no music, like they're not blaring music or anything like that.
Yeah. So that was nice, but so it was the day after we missed our reservation, and it was like we rolled out of bed, got something to eat. Because we missed our dinner, didn't eat shit the night before. It's like 2 o'clock, we're going up there, and we just hear these loud noises from there. We're like, what's this? And there's 4 guys at the other end of the bar that we had never seen all week. And you start to make friends while you're up there because there's not a lot of people there. Met some friends from San Diego and a couple from Kentucky, a couple from London.
British people?
The London people. I forgot I FaceTimed you.
Yeah.
But then...
torch them.
But then there's 4 guys up there. And they're being loud as shit.
Oh,
and they're like, hey, what, you want another fucking shot? Boston.
Oh, no.
And they, like, kept saying how they're from Boston. Like, we're from Boston. Like, we're loud. Like, this is how we talk.
Your cousin from Boston.
They kept saying that.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. And the bar was crowded, so Kenny and I and our cousin Mark, like...
People that find that kind of stuff unironically funny are the worst kind of people. Sorry, guys.
It was funny the first time they said it, though.
Yeah, because you think they're doing they're doing it in that ironic way. It's like no, it's just like the people who thought Dilly Dilly was funny.
And then like they said it once, it was funny.
The Bud Night.
they said it once. Bud Light wishes they could go back to that.
They are. Did you see the break?
Oh, really?
Yeah, they had a tweet that said it showed the.
Hey guys, remember Dilly Dilly? That was fun.
I know the Bud Knight's feet, like armored feet, and it says, "Yeah, I'm thinking I'm back."
Okay, all right. But it was funny. He said
a Bud Knight and John Wick reference in the same tweet. Okay.
He said it once. It was funny, and he's like, "You guys get that commercial? Where you from?" Which was funny. And then
it's so like Boston people to think that they're the center of the universe.
Yeah. And so they were trying to push the bartenders to let them play music, and the bartenders are like super nice and don't want any. And they were like. Kind of like saying no.
It's their job to make sure you're having a good time.
Yeah. They were like saying no without saying no. It's a quiet area. And like, they're like, well, let's do karaoke. Like, request a song. And Kenny's like, Sweet Caroline. it's like, I knew that would play. And so they started singing Sweet Caroline.
Oh, no.
They were just... Then the one guy who did the commercial, and he was cool. He was funny. But he had like a brother or something next to him he screamed everything he said. and he was trash. And his daughter was with him, had just turned 21 like a week ago, and she was like, shots, like selfie.
She ended up getting fucked by the whole ship.
And it was funny because the next day, like, everyone at the bar was talking about how fucking obnoxious they were. And there were two people there. They're like, "We're from Boston too. We don't. The real massholes know."
The massholes.
They said that.
Yeah, I know. I've heard that before.
The real massholes can spot them a mile away. Thought that was funny. So, like, a stereotype that turned out somewhat true from the four people.
There's a reason stereotypes exist because they're all 100% true.
That's our show.
That's our show.
The sun sleeps late and pulls himself a shot of tequila. It's a little place called Pleasure Island. That's where I'd like to feel ya. It's easy to find just beyond the last wave. Dolphins and whales are up mating. Sail all day and all night and then take a hard ride. That's where I'll be awaiting. Pleasure Island, island of pleasure. No need to stop and think. Pleasure Island, a beautiful treasure. Come on down and have a drink.